everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, welcome. We're the Garza twins. I'm Carly and I'm Britta. And if you like this video or any of our other videos, we'd love it if you would support us and subscribe to our channel. Today we're going to be doing a little haul video of some recent things we got from Sephora, Ulta, Macy's, Nordstrom. So let's get into it. First, we'll start with Sephora since I think we got the most things from there during the sale. Yeah, this I got right before the sale. It is the face and body massage set. Basically, it's like these 3 silicone cups. I don't know what this actual technique is called, maybe cupping for the face, but basically you're supposed to like put oil on your face. That? Yeah. Oh. And you use like these smaller sizes are for the face. So this one you use under the eyes and you basically like suction cup it and then move it around. You have to move it or you bruise. But it didn't actually suction cup that hard. I mean, obviously this is like a really inexpensive set from Sephora. And then this one I just use all over my face and you like go up the jawline and it's good for like inflamed, like if you're retaining water or just like puffy in the face, it's good to help with that. I don't know, I've been liking it. I feel like it's a nice little self-care moment. I don't think I'll use it all the time, but for the price, I enjoy it. I think it's nice. I haven't tried the body one, but I'd be curious to see like how that works as well. Okay, let's see. One of the replenishment products I got, well, so I bought the travel size version of this and then I just purchased the full size during the sale. It's the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. I love this powder. I thought it was the best translucent powder I've ever tried. And the travel one lasted me probably like 3 months, which was really great. But I think that this large size will last me like a year. I don't use that much powder. So definitely wanted to pick that up during the sale. Okay, one thing I know we spoke about recently was the Fresh Sugar Caramel Hydrating Lip Balm. I love these caps too. Me too. They're so nice. Love this. It's so good. I use it just throughout the day. It does keep your lips hydrated and supple. It smells pretty good. Like brown, warm brown color. And yeah, highly recommend these overall. One new thing I haven't tried yet is the Inky-less Peptide Moisturizer. This is still in the outer packaging. I'm really excited to try this. I just am trying to get through some of my other moisturizers. It's in this like Drunk Elephant-esque packaging where you press down and the product comes out. I love the packaging. This has been getting such good reviews. It was only $15. It says use AM and PM on clean skin. Apply a pea-sized amount to face and neck. Apply after preferred serums. Use hyaluronic acid first to help draw in all the peptide goodness. And then it just says moisturize on the back here. So yeah, I've heard amazing things about this brand. I haven't tried anything from them, but I'm always down to try a new moisturizer. I love moisturizers. So I was really excited about that. Okay, let's see. I can do my other powder. You got this too. Yeah. We both picked up the Pat McGrath, what is this called? The Blurring Under Eye Powder in the shade Medium. Okay, so number one, I think the packaging is a bit disappointing for her price point. Yeah. It's like clearly stock packaging and it's just so much more underwhelming. Like I'll talk about another Pat product I bought and like her other products are packaged so beautifully. Yeah. I'm just a little curious why she went with this. Yeah. But it's okay. The product is really nice. It's like a domed baked setting powder. It's pretty small, but it's meant to be used under your eyes. I don't know how I feel about it yet. Like I've been using it to set, I really don't set under my eyes, so I don't know why I bought this. Kathleen just convinced me. Kathleen Lights, she raved about it in her video. But I have used it under my eyes. It looks nice, and it definitely looks nice on the face. The only thing I've noticed is like I've been using this to touch up on my face. I think it's a good touch-up powder. It's a good touch-up powder because it really doesn't last that long. Like the Hourglass one, I can put on in the morning, and sure, I like get dewy in my T-zone throughout the day, but not too bad. With this, I feel like dissipates within an hour sometimes, like pretty quickly. It looks beautiful and blurring once it goes on. It has like a slight sheen. I just feel like it dissipates really fast. So I don't know if I would purchase it again. Yeah, I've been enjoying it. I do think it is nice to set under the eyes. My gripe with it is that there's so much kickback for such an expensive powder. I feel like I will go through this so quickly when like if it's that pricey and they know that, I don't know. But it is really beautiful. It's just for the price. I don't think I would repurchase, but I do really enjoy it. Quick combo I want to mention. So I bought the Tarte cream bronzer in the shade Seychelles. I'm literally obsessed with this. I've been using it every day, working from home in quarantine, and I wanted a new cream bronzer brush because I have a few that I like but none that I love, and I saw Real Techniques came out with this new line and it's like back to their good quality like handles and stuff. It's the Light Layer Complexion Brush 220. Sorry, mine's dirty. But if you can tell, it's like a duo fiber type of brush. And they say you can use this with cream products or for foundation. I feel like it would work really well with foundation. But I've only used it with this bronzer. And I love it for this bronzer because this is such a buildable formula. I feel like I literally just dip the tippy top like in there, and then I can put on a really light layer and then continue to build it up, rather than like a lot of my other synthetic brushes just often pick up so much product that like then I really have to blend. This I just kind of don't have to blend as much. It like really disperses the product so evenly and beautifully, and I love this brush. And I think I got it on sale, so it was like $6. But Real Techniques just continues to impress me. I feel like their brushes are so good. I got this at Ulta. But I'm sure they would have it at Target soon. It's just like a newer line. So I highly recommend the bronzer is so good. It's more warm toned than like the Milk Makeup one we love, and more matte. It dries down to more of a matte finish, which is perfect for summer. So I love this. It's so good. Okay, I picked up another cream bronzer during the sale. I picked this up because Caitlin B was talking about it on her story, and it sold out within like a day, and then they somehow got inventory back during the sale. So I was like, okay, this seems worth it because people really like it. It's by Tower 28, and the official name is the Bronzino bronzers, which I think is really cute. And then this is the shade West Coast, which is the lighter and more neutral of the two, and then Best Coast was the deeper one. It looks like a cream eyeshadow, like a shimmer cream eyeshadow in the pan. And it actually looks like that when you swatch it too. But when you blend it out, it's the perfect combination of like red undertone, so it looks like a blush bronzer, and because of all the shimmer in it, it looks like a highlighter too. So it's just like a one and done product. When we've been working from home, I'll just put on like a light base and then throw this on, and it just makes my face look warm. And like I said, it looks like you have bronzer, blush, and highlight on, and then I don't have to apply all these products because we're just working from home, so I don't need a lot. I think it'd be another good like vacation staple, like in a tropical vacation environment. And it's a really pretty eyeshadow too. It creases pretty bad because it is very emollient, but it's just a beautiful bronze tone on the eyes. I wore it last week and I thought it was so pretty. And I've also seen people put it on their lips because it's supposed to be like a multi-use. And I really want to pick up one of their blushes now because I think this is so pretty. Okay, one thing I'm probably going to be returning is this bronzer brush. It was getting such good reviews, and I've been on the hunt for like my perfect bronzer brush, so I picked it up. It's a Sephora Collection 80 Pro Bronzer. It was pretty pricey, but their brushes are so good that I was like, if it works, it works. But it's just too big, and I don't know why. So Leanne says also got this, and she talked about it in her haul, and she said the same thing. She was like, I just didn't realize how big it would be, and I didn't either. And it does work, but it's more so, I feel like, if you want to just literally bronze up your whole face. And I usually like to like kind of go like in the hollows of my cheeks and then around the perimeter of my face. I don't really want bronzer everywhere. So if you do want bronzer everywhere, or like this would be like a really nice body bronzing brush for sure, and it's really well made, so soft, it really blended out the product well. I just think it's too big, unfortunately, but if you're in the market for a large bronzer brush, this is a good one. Okay, next up is a concealer. I think I've already raved about this in some other video, but it's the KOSAS Revealer Concealer. I got it first, and then Britta picked it up too. We both have the shade 3. I've been seeing a lot of like people either love this or not really like it. I am in the love club. It's, I think, my new favorite concealer. I recently talked about the Hourglass one, but that one just started looking really dry under my eyes, like everything does, and just like broke apart throughout the day. This one, they call it like an eye cream and concealer in one. It's supposed to have skincare benefits, and I just love how skin-like it looks. Like, you can blend it over blemishes or under your eyes, and I feel like it blends in and looks like your skin so much, but gives you pretty good coverage. Like, I'd say a high medium coverage. And I just blend it in with my fingers. Like, again, we're just working from home, so most days like our makeup is so basic, and throwing this under my eyes and blending it with my finger, it's just such an easy product to use. It doesn't make my eyes look aged, which is my #1 gripe with concealers. It doesn't sink into fine lines. It sets down, in my opinion, but still looks dewy. Kind of like the Glossier Stretch, which I'm actually going to talk about, in liquid form, but higher coverage, in my opinion. And the Glossier Stretch up until now was the only concealer that did not make my eyes look dry or crepey. So to find another one that comes in like a doe foot is just like life-changing to me, honestly. Yeah, I also really enjoy this. I'm not going to return it or anything. I think it looks best So I just found like when I'm working from home, I wear this under the eyes and I don't set it, and it does, like Harley said, looks really dewy all day. It's like enough coverage for day to day. It did kind of crease on me throughout the day, and I think it's because I'm wearing like the Ilia skin tint underneath, and it's so dewy that like it's making my under eyes like oily underneath, and that's why it's creasing, which I don't mind, because I don't mind the dewy look for like during the day at home, obviously. But one thing I've had issues with, like if I do want to set this and make it last longer throughout the day, the Pat McGrath powder like does not work with it. I don't know why. I think the like particles in that just aren't big enough to like grip into the powder and actually set it. I found that the Lawless setting powder works really well to set this, but then when I do set it, I think it kind of loses the coverage, bringing it to like a medium coverage, which is fine. Like I'm wearing it today set with the Lawless powder, and I don't think it makes my under eyes look extra dry or anything like that. It just isn't as high coverage as like the Shape Tape, which I would still say is my favorite concealer. But I do really prefer this if I'm just wearing like a tinted moisturizer and I just want to conceal dark circles and not set it. I prefer this to the Shape Tape. I always set Shape Tape. But overall, like I do really enjoy this concealer. I just don't think it's like, I don't think it's as, what is the word? I don't know. I love it. So we just have varying opinions. Yeah. It's very innovative though. Wouldn't you say the formula is very unique to this? Because I do like how, I mean, it doesn't crease immediately. Like I told you guys the Hourglass, I could not get that to work for me. This one definitely works. Like I put it on, I can blend it out with my fingers or a sponge, and it doesn't crease until like the end of the day. So it's not like it creases immediately and it looks really bad. It just like creases towards the end of the day if I don't set it, and then when I do set it, I just kind of lose that coverage. So it's just not like a perfect concealer in my opinion, but I do like it. I think I would repurchase it for like summertime when I'm not setting my under eyes and I just want them to look dewy and healthy. Like Carly said, sort of like an eye cream product. Like I think it's really good for that use, and I think it's relatively affordable. Yeah, right? Me too, especially if this seems like a large fill. Yeah, I feel like it would last you a long time. 6 ml, that's big for a concealer. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's cute packaging. It is really cute packaging. Next up is the Patrick Ta for Brows Shaping Wax in the shade Tinted. You guys have heard us rave about this. This is holy grail product now. I will never use anything else on my brows. Don't even ask me. Like honestly. I know. This has changed my life. That sounds so dramatic, but like I used to have to like pencil them in. I still pencil mine. Yeah. But like mine look fine, right? Like, yeah. And I just like, you guys know, Britta makes fun of me for like wanting to cut out steps from my routine. I do. But my brows were always the thing that I just hated doing. Like even if it was so quick, I just hated doing them. And now with this, like you just spritz any sort of setting spray to activate the product on here, put a spoolie in, and I literally just like quickly brush them up and I am good to go. And that to me is life changing, because it takes out like minutes for my routine. Holds all day without looking crunchy. And it looks so natural. Like it looks like my brows just naturally stand up like this, when that is not the case. Like they are unruly normally. So I could stare at them all day. Like life changing. Yeah. So good. Okay, I'll quickly go through a repurchase from Sephora. I think the sale is a great time. I hope you guys did this too, to pick up things that you are running low on, that you love. So I replenished my Olaplex Bond Maintenance Shampoo. I love the shampoo. I will buy it forever. I love it so much. And then my last thing that I bought that was new from Sephora is a Pat McGrath lipstick. You guys know that I love Pat McGrath lipsticks. I prefer the matte formula, which this is. La Beja in the cream formula is my favorite shade, so I just love that lipstick. But I much prefer the MatteTrance formula. I think it is the loveliest matte formula, maybe besides Lisa Eldridge, because that formula is so good, the Velvet formula. But it just doesn't... They're having compatibility issues. It just doesn't, like, it goes on your lips. Okay, so we love matte lipstick. You guys know this. This is not a secret. But I know when people get older, they're like, oh, matte lips look so bad on me. But something about this, like, is almost line filling. And it's a thin matte formula, even though it's extremely opaque. And it just doesn't settle into fine lines. And I think that's so hard to find in a matte formula. So I think her matte lipsticks are 1000% worth the money. But I did wait for the sale to pick up this shade, and I got the shade Fever Dream. We can swatch some of these things and like insert them. It's like a really hard to describe shade, but I'd say it's a mix between a terracotta and a coral. with like a strong red undertone, which both terracotta and coral have. It is so stunning. I love this shade. I've wanted it for probably like 2 years, and every time the sale came around, I would add it in my cart. And then I take it out because I'm like, I don't need it. Like, it's such a like spring shade. I'm not going to wear it like all year round. But now that I have it, I'm totally regretting not getting it sooner because I just think it's such a beautiful shade. And like I said, I love her matte formula. I think you can't go wrong. And I hope she expands the range because even though there's really beautiful shades, I feel like she's missing some like kind of unique nude tones. I really would love to see that. I got a couple things at Macy's pretty recently that I don't think I've spoken about. If they were having some sort of sale, and Jen Phelps, formerly Beaudiction, was talking about some of the products that she got from Macy's like during this sale, and one of them was this IBY Cheek to Cheek blush palette, and I never heard of this brand.
Such hideous packaging.
I know,
but it just
I actually like this like concept. Yeah. It's just the outside that I don't like. But it's what?
I can't even look at it.
What does IBY stand for?
I don't know.
I can't think of it now. But they are on Macy's, and she spoke about this blush palette and like raved about it, and I looked it up and it was talc-free, so I decided to try it. The colors are so pretty. You have two here, Jive and Cha Cha. So Jive is more of like a mauve-y like nude, and it's matte, and then Cha Cha has some shimmer in it, and it's more of like a peachy nude, and these shades are just like right up my alley. And when I saw they were talc free, I knew I had to try them. They're more pigmented than a lot of other blushes I own, but I love that for the summer because I feel like they just add like a true flush to the face. I've been using this quite often. It was also so affordable on that sale. I think it was like $14 or $15, which I think is such a good deal for like two really beautiful blushes, because I never find blush palettes that I like because I never like all the shades. And there are only 2 in here, but I think it's perfect for travel because it is in like this sturdy packaging. Yes, I think this is really horrendous and ugly, but the product itself is good. The price is amazing. So I had to mention that. And then I wanted to get the MAC Impulsive lipstick because Carly has been raving about it for like years, which I got one from the Nordstrom sale, so we can talk. Oh, well, you can talk about it. Oh, this no, but I got a different. Yeah, so that's my only. I love this formula, the Powder Kiss formula.
It's so good.
It's so good, but they smell horrendous. It's like, but they smell like those ColourPop lipsticks. Yes, it's like chemicals mixed with chocolate. Like, it's got to be something that makes this finish that smells that way. So I just deal with it, but oh man, it's such a bad smell. But the Impulsive shade I've owned for like since this came out, which I think was like a year and a half ago maybe. Yeah. And I love that shade. It's like, it's so beautiful. I mean, we'll swatch it, but so I've been wearing this like every day. I'm wearing a Laura Mercier. I forget how good this formula is. The matte, what is this called? Like the Caviar Matte Lipstick. Yeah. It's in the shade Power. This is a really, really nice formula, but when I've been wearing a nude, it's been MAC Impulsive. I love it. So I've loved that formula for years. So when we were at the MAC counter last, which I miss them all. I miss our weekly tradition. I had swatched this shade and really liked it, and it's Sultry Move. It's definitely more pink than I had remembered, but when it goes on, it still has like a strong brown undertone and like some mauve tones in there. And I love wearing it with like a MAC, what is our lip liner favorite? Oh my god. Strip Down. Like a more brown tone liner, and it's really beautiful. It's the same formula as Impulsive. Like, these are like matte but kind of sheer, like buildable. Like, it starts off with like a wash of color and you can build it up to full opacity. It never looks like thick or heavy. Again, like kind of soft focus, doesn't make your lip lines look increased. I love this formula. It's definitely my favorite matte lipstick formula, MAC matte lipstick formula, and the shade is really nice. Impulsive is still my favorite though. Okay, then the other thing I picked up from Nordstrom, I'm actually going to return. So I think this is helpful when we say like things that we're returning.
So far it's just the brush, which is a pretty good win.
We like plan our Sephora purchases for the sale. So I feel like we usually do a good job like knowing what we'll like. Yeah. But this is the Lancome Skin Feels Good Hydrating Skin Tint. So I bought this because Sam Ravendall always raves about it, and it comes in this like tube, so I really liked the packaging. The shade range is awful, so I got the shade that I thought she said she was, 02C Blonde, but it's so dark. It's so dark. And I think I could make it work, but I used this, I think once, maybe twice, and I just felt like it looked really nice. It felt really nice going on. I blended it with my fingers. There's SPF 23 in here, which is really nice, like good ingredients. But there's fragrance in it, number one, and I felt like it didn't dissipate throughout the day. Like I could still smell it, so that was something that was really bothering me. And then I just felt like it never like fully sank into my skin and gave me one of those days where I'm like, wow, my skin looks really good. And then shortly after purchasing this, we got the Ilia skin tint in the mail, and I've been loving that so much. So I felt like I just wasn't going to get use out of this because I would choose my other like holy grail base products over this. So for that reason, I'm returning it. It's not like an awful product, but it's definitely not. I was a little disappointed because I really love her recommendations normally, and it just wasn't something that like blew me out of the water, so I'm going to be returning this. Okay, so I know I already mentioned the Real Techniques brush that I got from Ulta I've been loving, and then I also just replenished an old favorite, the L'Oreal Color Reshine Lipstick in Glossy Fawn. I spoke about this in a recent video. I love this. I forgot how much I love this. It's like the perfect sheer nude lipstick in my opinion. You can wear this with no makeup. You can wear this over a lip liner. You can wear it over a lipstick. It's amazing. I would like never go without it again. And yeah, I recently just replenished this from Ulta. If you know, okay, so we were at Ulta like months ago and found some beautiful new nude shades in this range that we'd never seen before. But both of them had been like opened and swatched, and then we looked them up on Amazon while we were in the store, and it said like coming soon or something. Like they were on the Amazon page, but they weren't available for sale yet. It was really weird. They weren't on Ulta, and now we can't find them anywhere. I don't even remember what the names are. I'm sure there's a picture of them in my phone, but if you know like if they're expanding this range, where they're doing it, when they're doing it, please let us know, because I remember the shades being so beautiful, but we just couldn't buy them because they've been used. Okay, and then last, I placed a Glossier order, which is something I haven't done in forever, so I felt like it. The main reason I did that was because I love stretch concealer. I don't know, some of the Glossier products I love, and some I'm like, I can do without. But this is the one that like I use so much and I love it. And mine was just looking really gross. I'm shocked I hadn't actually gone through it because I've had it for I think 3 years, which is also really gross. So I just wanted to get a new one, and I in the past had purchased medium and light when they had their old range, and medium was more suitable for my skin tone. I still kept the light shade, I still have it, but it's a little too light for me. So then when I repurchased, I did some research, and it seems as though G9 is the equivalent of the old medium. So that's what I got, and I'm happy with it. It definitely matches my skin tone pretty well, because this is something that I'll like mostly use under my eyes, but sometimes I'll like put it around my nose or like any area I have redness. It's such a like low-key concealer. You can just put it on. It never makes your under eyes look dry. It doesn't give a ton of coverage, but it gives enough in my opinion, and it just really like wakes up your face. So whenever I look really tired, I reach for this concealer, or on like no makeup days. It's something I need to have at all times. So replenished that. I also technically replenished my Balm.com. I had the coconut flavor before, and I really liked that one, but this is one of their newer ones. It's the mango, and I really like this. I feel like the texture is slightly different than the coconut, but it could just be in my mind, and I hadn't had that for a long time. But it smells really great, and I think Balm.com is a great lip balm. I have so many lip balms, so I wasn't going to get this, but not that we're traveling right now, but it was always my go-to travel lip balm because it comes in at like a nice tube, and you can like put it in your little like bag on the airplane. So I kind of bought that for like whenever we start traveling again, because I don't have
August, probably.
because I ran out of my coconut. And then last, so I was placing that order just for the concealer, but I decided to pick up a Sky Wash, which is their new like matte eyeshadows, because I was just really curious. I'm keeping it, but I will give you my thoughts. So I'm wearing it today. I got the shade Valley because it's described as like I don't know, I think like a dusty peach, which I will say, when you first open it, I feel like the color matches the cap really well. Let's see. And it's kind of this like, yeah, like a deep peach. But when you blend it out, it does start to look more orange on the eyes, which I don't love, but I don't hate it. And I think the reason I want to keep this is because the color is really unique, and I don't have anything like it in like my powder eyeshadows or any sort of creams I have. So I'm keeping it, but the formula is super finicky. It goes on very oily, and to the point where like you wait for it to dry down so you can layer, but like I feel like it dries really slowly, so then I'll go in with more. Like today I tried to like put some on the back of my hand to layer a second layer to get a higher opacity, and I started going in with the second layer just like lightly with my fingers, and it started to get really blotchy because the first layer hadn't dried. So then I wait a little bit longer, and then I like try to go back in. And it's honestly the strangest thing, because you're like blending it out and it looks like it's gonna be a horrific mess, but then somehow it dries not patchy, but like the application process is so difficult. Okay, so overall, I wouldn't purchase this again or any of the other shades, but I'm glad I tried it out because I like trying all their new releases. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let us know what you picked up during the sale at Ulta, Sephora recently. We'd love to hear and try your recommendations.